What's the most important sustainable innovation available to the average person right now?
Your mind. Looking around at your life and saying, why am I doing things in this stupid way? Now, walking is something that the humans have been doing for a long time, but most of us don't anymore. So how do we solve these issues of mass transit? Well, look around you and see whether or not you can use public transit, whether you can live close to where there is public transit, whether as a city planner you can co-locate facilities that people want to come to, if you can design human settlements so that we are where we want to be. Most people just accept how their lives are. And yet if you start to ask, is there a way I can use fewer resources? Is there a way I can use less energy? Is there a way that this thing I'm about to throw away could have a second life, either by recycling, downcycling, reuse? Did I really need to buy it in the first place? Considering how it is that you live, and every day trying to find one thing that you can do that makes your footprint just a little lighter.
You mentioned the importance of education. What do you think the role is of universities in helping to drive this innovative attitude?
Dr. David Orr, who is probably our greatest environmental educator, said the problems we're facing are really those of the mind, of perception, of values, and therefore it is incumbent on the institutions that presume to shape those, to weave these issues through every class. And this is what we've done at Presidio Graduate School, where I teach. Every business class is taught from the lens, the perspective of sustainability. And we teach accounting and products and services and marketing and all the traditional business classes, but from the perspective of how do you lead, how do you manage a world that's in peril and a world that has these enormous opportunities.
What lessons do you think we can take from the oil spill in the Gulf with respect to innovation?
Well, there's several. We're drilling a mile deep. There was a report out from the International Energy Agency, the IEA, in 2007 that said, because of some idiosyncratic constraints in oil field supply and those fast-growing Asian economies, expect shortages of oil within 5 years. Now, we had the oil spike, went up to 150 a barrel, then collapsed to 40 a barrel. Because as soon as the price of oil goes up, people tend to use a little less of it, and that collapses demand, which collapses price. We've done this 4 times since the oil embargo in '73. And yet we continue to think the world's awash in oil, which is what the IEA has always been saying. In early fall of 2009, a couple of whistleblowers at the IEA said, the IEA has been cooking its books. They have been saying the world's awash in oil to pleasure the American administration, particularly the prior one, and to not cause world panic. And this should have been obvious to us. Why are we drilling a mile deep in the Gulf with technology that is manifestly unsafe if oil wasn't getting increasingly scarce? So one lesson to draw is that peak oil is nearing. Now imagine the economy without oil. These planes wouldn't be going overhead. We would not have driven here tonight. Everything about the way you do business, the way you live your life, the way communities are, and our economy will change. We're not ready. So there's a massive, massive amount of innovation needed around this whole realm of peak oil. The amount of sunlight falling on this area would, if properly harnessed, power this entire establishment. And yet most of it goes to waste. You know, if you wanted a plumber to come to your house, you would not just say, I wish a plumber would come. You'd pay him. The plumber would show up, do the work, you'd pay them. This is business. If we want renewable energy, let's pay for it. We will get it. We will innovate. We will drive our own prosperity. In Sonoma County, in California, where they put in place a financing mechanism that allowed homeowners and small businesses to get money from the county to put solar or energy efficiency in their buildings. Construction trades from January 09 to September of 09 up 8.4%. In neighboring Napa County that didn't have this financing program, they're down 3%. In the Bay Area as a whole, they're down 2%. We know how to grow our way out of this recession by investing in the technologies, in the innovations, in the financing mechanisms, in the businesses that will solve all the problems facing us. We're confronted by insurmountable opportunities.